All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great podcast for you today. It is finally December, and we have some fun stories. So, we're going to start with some of our takeaways from the NFL season so far. We'll go into, I don't know if you knew, but on Wednesday afternoon football, Trace McSorley, the GOAT, threw his first NFL touchdown. If you do remember, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Josh Rosen's tragic career. I mean, not Josh Rosen, RG3. So now we will be talking about Josh Rosen. But, um, but then we'll have what the NBA will look like this year. And yeah, I know mock drafts have been doing pretty well on YouTube, so we're going to do a mock draft. I'll explain the order and everything. It's just going to be a first round mock draft. I'll explain how the order works, how we're picking, stuff like that. Then I'll go over the Lakers super team reloads, NFL honors predictions, my thoughts on the Bulls, who is the next NFL coach to be fired and why, and score review. I'll give you a hint. I got 2 wins right. So that is very good. Anyways, let's start with story number 1, takeaways from the NFL season in week 13. All right, everyone. So it is week 13 of the NFL, which means we only have 4 more weeks of the regular season left before we get to playoffs. So we're going to give our takes. So, first take, I gotta say, as we've seen, the Steelers are undefeated, which is insane, and the Jets are completely defeated. So we have two opposite teams. I don't know if it's been a while when there has been like two opposite teams like that. But anyways, the Jets are 0-11. But in the way it's looking, they might get their first win today. But the Steelers are going in. And a lot of people might be like, well, why are the Browns scoring like this? Why are they having a good record? It is because mainly, well, they have a super easy schedule. Now I just gotta make sure that my mic is on and just double check in this really early story and make sure it's on. Give me 1 second to pull my much better. All right. Um. Um. Shoot, is it not? I am not 100% sure if my mic is on or not. So, anyways, we'll continue. Now I'm seeing if my headset mic works now. I am really, really sorry if you couldn't hear me before. I fixed my mic now, but anyways, Joe Schobert on the Jaguars has a pick six. Will this be the Jags' second win? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, let's go into our next stories. We'll have more highlights at the end of two stories from now. Um, yeah. Uh, this is just like a little 1 minute place filler. For those of you who don't know, Trace McSorley is probably the most internet famous third string QB who started last week because Lamar had COVID and RG3 is just too not reliable with injuries. So he started and he honestly did decent. He scored a touchdown. He was much better than Ben DiNucci ever was. So, yeah. I know we were big Ben DiNucci guys on this channel, but we're also big Trace McSorley guys. Anyways, let's move on from that little place filler. I just put that in there as a place filler if you didn't hear me. Our next story, the tragic career of Josh Rosen. We have no more highlights, so we are going to go into fantasy, see if there's anything there. But this is a very important story for no interruptions on the story. So we're going to wait till everything's good because this is definitely a clip. All right. The downhill career of Josh Rosen. In 2018, in the 2018 draft, here are the top 10 people. Number 1, Baker Mayfield was selected by the Browns. Number 2, Saquon Barkley was selected by the Giants. Number 3, Sam Darnold was selected by the Jets. Number 4, Denzel Ward was selected by the Browns. Number 5, Bradley Chubb by the Broncos. Number 6, Quentin Nelson by the Colts. 7, Josh Allen by the Bills. 8, Roquan Smith by the Bears. 9, Mike McGlinchey by the Niners. And 10, Josh Rosen by the Cardinals. In 28, unfortunately for Josh Rosen, he might not be a bad quarterback, but he got into a bad situation, a rebuilding team, terrible coach, terrible O-line. And in his first year, he went 3-13. And if you think about it, Josh Allen wasn't really the right decision. I mean, you got some pretty good players in this draft. I mean, Lamar Jackson was taken number 32 overall. Anyways, after the 2018 season, the Cardinals had the first overall pick. They brought in Cliff Kingsbury and they drafted Kyler Murray, who we all know how this went. Josh Allen was shipped to the Miami Dolphins as the backup last year. I mean, not Josh Allen. Josh Rosen was shipped to the Miami Dolphins as a backup. And now he's on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, backing up Tom Brady. So that was a short little, like 2.5 minute segment of the tragic downhill career of Josh Rosen. We got another commercial break. You might be like, why am I speeding through these stories? There's a perfectly logical reason. This mock draft that we are going to do in a little bit. Yes, it will take a long time because we are big talkers and we are doing 32 selections. You guys will see. It's going to be insane. It's going to be fun. The only way for you guys to see the unedited version of this live, stick around, watch more Master and Talks, and we'll see you after the break. Also, we have our NFL honors predictions. So, yes, see you after the break. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to take my mic off for a second because before I talk about what the NBA will look like, another place filler, we've got Drizzer talking. For those of you, if you didn't know, Driz is back today after not being here last week. We can work things out, fortunately, but we are back to this week. And now some words. Driz.
Hello, everybody. I am sorry about not being here last week. For this, though, we are talking about Roblox. There are currently two events, RB Battles Season 2 slash Roblox Battles Season 2. But we aren't talking about that. We are talking about the Ready Player 2 event. Ready Player 2 came out on November 24th by Ernest Klein. If you haven't read that, great book. Read Ready Player 1. Read
Oh yeah, I
read
saw the.
all of them.
I think I saw the movie Ready Player One a couple of years ago. That was a great
movie. And book.
Yeah, great movie.
Read them all, watch them. But further events, all 7 relics have been found. This event won't last much longer. And I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of these 7 relics. First up, we have the Crown of Madness found in Piggy. It comes with a full body, armor, suit, and also a very nice crown right there, if you want to see. Next up, we have the Bombastic Bling, a very, very nice necklace that is very hard to get. P.S. If you're good at obbies, this will be no problem.
Ah.
Next up, we have the 1111 teapot. Amazing glossy teapot head, and also a nice suit. Next, we've got our newest relic, I believe, the Chaotic Crown, Chaotic Top Hat, which is a really cool relic. It deserves a lot. It doesn't come with armor. We also have one in Shark Bite. I'm not really sure what that one's called. I think that's 5 or 6. Well, that's really all I remember. But if you get all 7 of these relics, you will get the Meta Shades. Now they're really cool crystal glasses, and you only get them for getting all 7 relics. The other 2 rewards, the crown, I don't know what it's called, the crystal crown and the crystal headphones, are not available anymore. Those were special for the crown. The first 77 to get all 7 relics, and the first 770 people to get all relics. So keep your eye out.
Yeah, I guess you better hurry and do that.
Meta Shades, pretty sick looking. And also, just really fast about the RB Battle Season 2, it ends on December 16th.
That is in 10 days, guys. You better hurry up for this.
It's a really amazing event. Thanks to Ernest Klein for the Ready Player 2 book. Sabrina Bright, Russell Plays, and DJ Monopoly for the RB Battles Season 2. Keep your eye out. And also, check out Sabrina Bright, Creekcraft, all those other amazing YouTubers out there. Thank you so much, and back to Master N.
Wow, that was a great gaming segment by Driz. Very impressive. Make sure you go on Roblox, check those events out. read and watch Ready Player One, read Ready Player Two. It is exciting. Is we have a
Touchdown by Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. It looks like Kirk Cousins throws
Is this actually
something to Mr. Gritty himself, Justin Jefferson. Let's look at that. That was a cannon of a throw. Justin Jefferson. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Setting up touchdown. All right, so that was a beautiful pass right there.
We'll see if they actually get this. Hopefully they get this.
Oh, let's go. I'm just noticing the score underneath. Oh, wait, never mind. I was noticing the Bear score.
Oh,
wow.
And there we go.
Is that
That's
CJ
a
Ham?
touchdown.
CJ Ham? I don't know. Anyways, Bears fans, really quickly, I'm looking at the Bear score. Last time I checked, they were leading by
CJ
10.
Ham, it looks like.
They were leading by 10 at halftime. Let's hope that nothing that bad happened. I watched the entire first half. They were performing beautifully. So let's hope nothing could kill our vibe. I'm going to look at Bears. Then I'll launch into a story of the NBA. And then the most awaited moment, your 2020 NFL mock draft. That's all coming up very, very shortly. So stick around. Yep. All right. It's still 13-23. Bears winning. All right. I'm just going to do a quick audio test to see if my headset works. All right. I plugged it back in. It should be working. And what do you know? It is. All right. We have what the NBA looks like now. Or will look like. We don't have a break till after this one. But
Forget what I just said, everybody.
yeah, the NBA is going to start on Friday. I'm sorry, I was too antsy. I thought it started last Friday. I predicted the Bulls game. We'll save that for next Friday. But yeah, the NBA does start this Friday. For those of you who watched last season, it won't be exactly like that in the NBA bubble. There will be traveling all around the country for that, but it is very safe and they're taking all COVID precautions, so you'll see everybody in the arenas.
I want to throw something in. Check during the week for a live stream from me and Master, and we might be speed running some RB battle stuff and this Ready Player too.
We might not be live streaming though, but
Maybe
if it's not a live stream, we'll record.
Just check, make sure it's pretty sick. That's all.
Anyways, as we hit our 20-minute mark, let's go into a break. And coming up, we have the most awaited 2021 mock draft. I'm so excited. Let's go. Have fun in the break, and we'll be back in around a minute or so. All right, we are back so soon with the mock draft. This is so exciting. We're going to go on a website for that with all the players and the picks. So I'll start really talking once I get to this site. So, as we see, it's loading and loading. All right, so we're going to create a new draft. We're going to be drafting every team. Select all. Can I select? All right, select all. Next. So we're going to be drafting for every team. All right, really quickly, this is how it is going to be looking like this. We'll have the picks up. These picks right now are traded picks already, and where every team will land by the record. For the later picks in the draft, it's by best record and leading of the division. So like the Giants have a late pick because they're leading their division, and then the Steelers have number 32 because they have the best record among everything. So let's start out with number one, the New York Jets. This is an obvious one. If you don't know about Trevor Lawrence, he's all the zazz right now. I don't know if that's a word, but he's all the zip, zing, and zap or whatever it is now. He is one of the best college quarterback prospects going into this year's draft. At number one, we have the Jets selecting quarterback out of Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. Did I hit that? All right. Oh, no. I accidentally got Justin Fields for Ohio State. Shoot. All right. Well, anyways, I'll pause. All right. I can't pause. All right. So, yeah. Justin Fields for Ohio State. That's a no-brainer. The Jaguars also need a quarterback, and Justin Fields is probably the next best one on the board. All right. In the number three, we have the Bengals selecting. I think I'm gonna go Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle out of Oregon, because, well, I hope it's obvious that the Bengals need offensive linemen to help Joe Burrow after he was brutally injured a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to get an offensive lineman for the Bengals, Penei Sewell. We're going to draft him right here. And at the number 4 pick, we have the Cowboys. So I think we're going to go with a defensive back here. So we have Patrick Surtain is probably the best quarterback choice out of Alabama. He's explosive. They tried drafting a cornerback with Trayvon Diggs last year, but I don't think he was enough. I think Patrick Surtain could get them to the level that they want to be. So with the 4th pick, the Cowboys are going to be drafting Patrick Surtain the second. All right. Oh, and it looks like it drafted that for me. Anyways, the Chargers with the 5th pick select Kwity Paye, the edge out of Michigan. It's pretty obvious. The Chargers need an edge at this point. Yes. That's just it. I don't know. The Eagles uh they are in desperate need of a good wide receiver. They have Deshaun Jackson and they always have like good slot receivers, but they've not really had good good receivers. So we're going to have at number 6, the Eagles draft Ja'Marr Chase, receiver LSU. All right, good. It didn't draft the Panthers for me. Honestly, if I'm the Panthers, I'm not going to draft a linebacker because you have Brian Burns, who's pretty good. I am going to try and get an I think they have a cornerback already, but what I try to do is I would try to get an edge, spice up the D line a little bit. You have good linebackers. I don't think there's a need for Micah Parsons still there, but Gregory Rousseau, edge on Miami. I think like he's the best fit for the Panthers at number 7. So we'll have Gregory Rousseau selected here. Washington football team at number 8. It's not that they need a quarterback. They have a lot of quarterbacks already. But I think that they're going to need to spice up the offense a little bit because the defense has been looking pretty good. So here's the question. Do I have them select Trey Lance here? Maybe. You know what? Yeah. Another wasted career by the Washington football team. I'm going to have the Washington football team select Trey Lance, quarterback out of North Dakota State. Hopefully that goes well for them if they do that. Anyways, yeah. At 9, we have the Lions. The Lions are terrible, and they've always pretty much been terrible. Since 1938, they've only had one postseason win, and they made it to the playoffs only like once or twice. Anyways, anyways, with the ninth overall pick, I think they do desperately need some defensive help. I say it's a steal that they have Micah Parsons still there. The Lions will select at number 9 Micah Parsons out of Penn State. Falcons. Let's see. What they want to do now, I'm not sure, but I think I'll have the Falcons select. Honestly, the Falcons are in desperate need of a running back. I mean, yes, they have Todd Gurley, but they need like a running back they can rely on. Receivers stacked. They have Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley. They have Matt Ryan, who's an okay quarterback. If they want to get someone from free agency or trade. I don't think drafting's going to help. They need someone with experience. Honestly, I think Travis Etienne, I don't remember how to pronounce his name, sorry. The running back of Clemson, I think he's going to go 10 overall to the Falcons. We'll draft him right there. As you can see, his name pops up there. Dolphins at number 14. They have Tua Tagovailoa. They're set for the future. They have a good tight end. I honestly think they need a receiver pretty badly. So I'm really just going to go Jalen Waddle because Tua and they have Devontae Parker and everything, but I say they need just like a young receiver to build up and do good with. So we'll go Jalen Waddle to the Dolphins at number 10. And oh, dang it. I accidentally selected the highest on the board again. My mouse slipped, but that was what I was going to do from the get go. I honestly think the Broncos could build off of a tight end, do some moves, but Kyle Pitts is definitely a steal for them there. Otherwise, if he was to go anywhere else, I'd say he'd go to the Patriots at 15, but we have Kyle Pitts to the Broncos. The Bears are on the board. You know what? Let's end this quarterback controversy stuff from the beginning. Here's the thing. So if we look at quarterback, if I go in position QB, we have Zach Wilson, Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. If I draft Zach Wilson now, I don't know if that will be the best thing because I'll have Mac Jones and Kyle Trask still there. And I think Mac Jones and Kyle Trask are still pretty good. And I wouldn't start a rookie quarterback right away because the Bears have already made that mistake. What other position do the Bears need besides QB? I'm pretty sure that's obvious. An offensive lineman. At 17, I have the Bears taking Christian Darrisaw, the offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. All right, number 14, the Vikings. Honestly, they need some interior D line work. I'm going to look and see if they have an outside linebacker or so yeah, Wyatt Davis is probably the best on the board. So it doesn't look like we're going to do that, but I think inside D lineman will probably be Jay Tufile. I think he's honestly the best bet here. He's rising up. Jay Tufile inside defensive lineman from USC. Draft him at number 14. Patriots at number 15. Honestly, don't take a quarterback here. You're not going to do anything with a QB. Even though Zach Wilson's there and he's an amazing prospect, I don't think you're going to need him much. A receiver would be good, though, and we do have Devonta Smith still on the board from Alabama, who's insane. I think the best bet is for the Patriots to go Devonta Smith here. All right, Devonta Smith. 49ers. Jimmy G has been banged up this year. And I don't think Nick Mullins works out. So if you don't have Jimmy G, you need someone better than Nick Mullins. Luckily, you still have Zach Wilson from BYU on the board, who's a good QB prospect. If Jimmy G gets injured and you just want to get rid of him, you still have Zach Wilson here. I say with the 12th pick, you draft Zach Wilson. Anyways, the Raiders have the 17th overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft in this mock draft. Honestly, I would say that we'll just go with the best on the board, Caleb Farley at this point. I mean, do they really need to work on receivers? I don't think so. They have a good quarterback. They have a good O line. Not a good O line, but a decent one. I think we just go Caleb Farley, help the secondary here so they don't get blasted by someone like that. Anyways, Baltimore Ravens. About them, if you're going to have Lamar at your quarterback or you're going to have a running QB, you need like a really good either number one receiver or number two receiver. And I mean, you have Dez Bryant, old, very old. You have Hollywood Brown, he's really fast and he could be there, but you need someone to pair with him who's in the game still. I honestly say Rashad Bateman still on the board. Wide receiver Minnesota, you draft Rashad Bateman. At number 19. Up the Okay. Well, that was honestly exactly who I was going to draft anyways for the Giants. Again, I accidentally clicked the button too soon, but I would have drafted Samuel Cosme there. They need offensive line work. It's obvious. I mean, taking whatever his name was at the number 4th pick clearly didn't work for them. Now we have the Cardinals at number 20. For this one, I do gotta say they really are in big need of an edge right now to help their defensive line get back to normal. Honestly, say Joseph Osai is there. Let's just go him for the Cardinals. Tampa Bay Buccaroonies. I'm never gonna call them that again. Don't worry. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They do have Shaquille Barrett and a middle linebacker that's decent and some other guys that are decent on their defense, but they have some decent corners too. I think if I'm them, I'll just go up and draft um linebacker Jeremiah Asuu Cora Moa. I can't say his name. Anyways, he's a big dude. I really think he's going to work out for the Buccaneers and their defensive works with their offensive god squad. Dolphins at number 22. I mean, if you're the Dolphins, you clearly need some inside offensive or inside you need some defensive and offensive line help. I honestly say go with the best linemen no matter what they are here. So you could pick between Jason Mayfield and Wyatt Davis, who's I think on the defense, and Jalen on the offense. Honestly, an offensive lineman can be transitioned to a defensive lineman the earlier they get them. So I honestly will go Wyatt Davis here, if that makes sense. Anyways, 23. Again, I misclicked, but that was who I was going to pick anyways. The Colts with the 23 pick take cornerback out of Georgia, Eric Stokes. Not a lot to explain about that. The Browns. I'm surprised they got this high of a pick. Let's just go and help their offensive line a little bit. We have a lot of offensive linemen here. We'll just go Jalen Mayfield. That would be big help for them. You can't have too many offensive linemen. That the Jaguars. I don't know how the Jaguars. Oh, this is a traded pick. So the Jaguars got the traded pick. Oops, something fell. After the Jaguars got a trade pick, you honestly really need help with almost any position now. Let's get someone to help guard your second overall quarterback, Trey Lance, and whoever it was. I think it was Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I don't know, but I'll take the offensive tackle on Northwestern, Rashawn Slater. Reminding you, this is a fairly long segment. Anyways, up and it auto drafted for the Jets again, and that was exactly what it was going to take. No questions needed about their offensive line. Anyways, we are nearing the end. We only have 5 more left. With the Tennessee Titans at the 27th overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney didn't really work out. So I don't think he is going to be taken there, but do you really need linebackers when you need desperately some cornerbacks to be in your backfield coverage? I say go J.C. Horn, best on the board for sure. Out of South Carolina, that's a no-brainer for me. Tennessee Titans, J.C. Horn. Buffalo Bills at 28. I mean, the Buffalo Bills have been mossed so many times, man. So many times. So many times. Especially that DeAndre Hopkins thing. You can't have that happen. Sean Wade, 28, no brainer. Green Bay Packers, we're nearing the end. 4 picks left, and then I think we got some updates from Driz. 29th pick, Packers. You need a stable tight end. Pat Freiermuth's on the board from Penn State. Take Pat Freiermuth at 29. Chiefs at number 30. This is hard. The Chiefs are super good. I mean, you have a decent, or you need another receiver to help Julio Jones. Sammy Watkins is okay, but Terrence Marshall's still on the board. I definitely would draft him. Saints, 31. You definitely need some offensive linemen. There's been injuries and switches and all that stuff throughout the year. Dylan Raduns is still there of North Dakota State. Pick him. That would be good. And finally, the number 32 pick, the Steelers. Honestly, I guess I'll go Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC. And guess what? That is it. So we're going to finalize the draft. Don't do that. As you could see, I will go on pause and I'll scroll down and let you see all of the picks made. See you right after this quick little break.
Here we go.
All right, there we go. We are back. It's our 6th story. I'm just going to be looking and seeing the Bears score really quickly before I get back. And the Bears are winning 30-20. This looks very nice. Wow.
Also, this happened just a few minutes ago, and it's trying to confuse like really fast.
AJ Brown.
But he betrays this dude. Like, no. This shouldn't be happening.
So what happens?
This
Ryan
should
Tannehill
not
throws
happen. Okay,
and a
in the
fumble.
End zone.
Yeah, he fumbles it in the end zone
How does
for
that
another
work?
teammate to recover. Sorry if you have AJ Brown, guys. I'm going to look at fantasy, see if anything is going on. And I'm losing 49 to 79. That is okay, though. I'm just going to look and see any key players in my game. And then we'll move into 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Anyways, so it looks like my Adam Thielen has 19.6 points already. Taysom Hill's pretty good. All right. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Let's move into basketball again. The Lakers super team rebuilds. All right, we'll have to move through all of this stuff already. Got him. All right. So for those of you who didn't pay attention to the NBA season last year, the Lakers won the championship, and they are here to stay. This past these couple of weeks, LeBron James signed a 2 years, $85 million deal, and Anthony Davis 5 years, $190 million. Now here's the thing. One of them on their own won't be too well, but both of them together create a super team. LeBron James still decent on defense, and he's more of a leader than a player now. And then you got Anthony Davis, who is insane on any side of the ball. He's super duper talented. This is going to work out for the Lakers in the long haul. Just want to give you guys a quick little update on that before moving into our next story. NFL honors predictions. I'm going to predict who will win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and stuff. So let's start with our MVP. It's hard right now, but I'm pretty sure this is obvious. MVP, Patty Mahomes. Defensive Player of the Year, again, this is hard right now, but I mean, you just got to go with the best of the best. I'll say for this one, Aaron Donald. Anyways, for Rookie of the Year, I gotta say Justin Herbert. He's been outstanding this year, and Joe Burrow could have gotten that, but he was injured. So we'll definitely say Justin Herbert's Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, it's a hard one. I'll just go with who I think is fine at that. I've seen him occasionally be good on the Ravens middle linebacker Patrick Queen. Finally, Comeback Player of the Year. He almost had a death injury, and he was drafted number 1 a while ago over Aaron Rodgers, but now he's starting on the Washington football team. Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith. And those are my NFL honors predictions. Let's see what we have next in store for us. My thoughts on the Bulls. So no, not ring. All right. I think the Bulls are pretty stacked going. No, I think the Bulls are pretty much going into this year. They're going pretty well with 2 especially new, really good people for the team. As you can see, Patrick Williams and Billy Donovan. That's going to be helping. Billy Donovan, head coach, and Patrick Williams, the new draftee this year that I have talked about in previous episodes before. I'm very excited with where they are going. Now for our favorite part of the day. Not yet. Not yet. The next head coach to be fired. Unfortunately, yes, I do agree Anthony Lynn is pretty good. But here's the thing. You have such a good quarterback. He deserves a little bit of a better coach, unfortunately. I think Anthony Lynn is going to get fired. I'm not 100% sure why I think this. It's just, he seems like the kind of guy that, yeah, because the Chargers have been not the best this year. Anyways, next up we have our final thing. Score prediction. As you see, we have our Bulls Rockets score prediction from last week. But anyways, last week I predicted Steelers Ravens 27-20. Ended oh no. Second week in a row I've done this. I forgot to change the team. All right. Steelers 19, Ravens 14. We were only 3 points off in the spread. Anyways, I predicted Seahawks 23, Eagles 10, or Seahawks 32, Eagles 10. It ended up being 23-17. So we got 2 wins right. Anyways, today we're going to be predicting the Bills versus 49ers game. This is a hard one. Driz, your thoughts?
For the Bills versus 49ers,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bills. I think Josh Allen's been doing an amazing job on carrying the Bills to the end. So I'm gonna say, I don't know, like 28 to 14.
Honestly, I have to agree with that. I love the 49ers, but they're too injury riddled this year. They're not going to do much. Maybe they could claim the wild card hunt. I'm going to say 28 to 14. Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of Master and Talks. Clips of this coming later, gaming videos or live streams throughout the week. That